reading of the profile of our guest speaker today in the person of PhD Dr. Ayo Adeyemi, FCIPM, FNIMN, PMP. Dr. Ayo Adeyemi is a distinguished international trainer, speaker, strategist, and consultant with over 2 decades of expertise in enterprise and development, business strategy, marketing, and human resource management. He has facilitated high-impact training sessions and provided strategic consulting services to numerous local and multinational organizations. As a prolific author, Dr. Adeyemi has written several books, including 10 M's of Business Success, Mind Your Business, Personal Productivity and Effectiveness, Take That Leap, and Compendium of Marketing Technologies, alongside several articles. Dr. Adeyemi's commitment to service extends beyond the corporate world. As a dedicated Rotarian, he has served in various capacities, including as Vice President of Rotary Club of Akonwojo and Charter President of Rotary Club of Mushi Golden. Can we give him a round of applause, please? With emojis, or you can unmute yourself, and let's give him a round of applause for that. Thank you. Dr. Adeyemi's academic leadership experience includes professorship roles at St. Clair College, Canadori College, and CDI College in Canada. He holds a professional doctorate degree in commerce and enterprise development and has taught at various institutions, including NIPPS, Jos, Nigeria, CIMMO, Canada, Faith Institute, and Tony Elumelu Foundation. Dr. Adeyemi's leadership roles include board vice chairman of Black Organization in Toronto, Canada, board member and director of membership as Council of African Professionals in Canada, and academic board member of St. Martha's College of Health and Safety, also in Canada. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you PhD Dr. Ayo Adeyemi. Thank you. All right, my PhD, you have the floor now,
Thank
sir.
you. Thank you so much. I want to believe you can hear me very well and you can see me if you are able to. It's an honor and a very rare privilege to be among the cream like cream of Rotary today. Let me pay a serious homage to the Rotarian president, my friend. He's the president, but he's my mentee, amazing. And he has been my auditor for several years. I'm happy to be speaking today while you are the president, and I want to once again congratulate you and the club on your investiture. I also pay homage to all the elders of this club, both in attendance and in absence. This is my home club. Rotary Club Akonwojo remain my club. It's from here I able to sharpen my teeth as a Rotarian. I haven't served in different capacities. So to the KBAC in absence, I say KBAC, and to all the elders, past president, the past district governors, I pay respect to each and every one. I think I miss the fellowshipping with the club, and very soon I'll show up. I also pay homage to all the visiting Rotarians joining us from different clubs. I can see my friends from different clubs. I recognize each and every one of you, and I say sincerely thank you for joining us. And also to all the Rotarians and guests and friends of Rotary, also thank you for being a part of this discussion, conversation this evening. I'm sure that we'll be able to have a very robust interaction this evening. Like I did mention, Rotary Club Akonwojo remain my club, and I must say that my last count, if I count very well, I think I've introduced about 5 Rotarians to the club, and I think 3 of them have become past president, and we have one serving now. So I'm happy whenever I'm home to fellowship with Rotary Club Akonwojo. Having said that, today's discussion is going to be an interactive one. I'm going to share from some perspective of reality, my personal experience, and what I've seen that could happen with other people's experience. And we are in the month of basic education literacy, which is a month for me as a person that I cherish so much because it speaks to that foundation for us as Rotarian that has helped to build and do a lot of great things in the world. And so we are looking at how we can then make some more impact, leveraging on a part of our resource that is very vital. You know, if we are familiar with the 4 T's that we always recite severally, and we talk about talent, we talk about thought, we talk about your what do you call it, time and treasure. You know, the talent there speaks to a lot more about the. Can you hear me? It speaks to the an aspect of people. All right, how well we can maximize that talent. As an HR person in organization, we know that the first thing that could go wrong is not getting or attracting the appropriate talent. And the next thing that could cause a lot of havoc in organization is not being unable to manage the talent, those talent well. And that's why you see a lot of exit from organization. You see organizations struggle. And for us in Rotary, like we all know, over the years, we have always said that we are 1.1, 1.2, 1.1, 1.2. We've come from 1.2 to 1.1. We've gone back to 1.2. I don't know. I've not checked as of today on IRI portal. What is it like? But what has happened? And why do we keep growing and then we're unable to also retain our supposedly our membership, which is also our talent in Rotary? And it's a lot of things. I mean, Rotarians are highly upward mobile people, and they move. And because we are busy people, we are highly resourceful people. That could happen. And I know if we have done our analysis as from angle of Rotary, especially in our district over the period of few years, we will realize that a lot of people also moved. As much as we see what we call the Japa, what has happened with the Japa, whatever. I don't want to call it syndrome because it's not really syndrome, but it's also affect everywhere, including Rotary, right? But I'm happy that some clubs are able to also leverage on that, and that's what we want to look at today. And I'll start with myself. My own movement, okay, was as a result of wanting to accomplish some of the things I've, itemized as personal goals and objectives. And because it is time for me to accomplish those things, so I have to take some steps and to actualize those things, which I also believe that Rotary celebrate, and Rotary believe that we need to do a lot of personal development, because for me, for you to be more effective as a Rotarian, then you also must grow yourself. You must be able to move yourself up or get some things done. Pardon that. I think some people interpret that money actually is very essential for us as Rotarians. And when we build capacity, we attract more opportunity. So you need to, so for us to now be able to, see how we can leverage and maximize, especially those that are relocating, transiting, and perhaps move from one location to the other. And pardon me, much as we are looking at the diaspora aspect, I'm also going to crave indulgence to also look at those that also move from intercity or perhaps move from state to state, all right? Because we've seen people moving from state to state. So look, I need to probably not be able to function very well with this Rotary club. So because of that, I moved to another city. I probably may not do Rotary again or join another Rotary club. But these are the things I want to bring on board. And the first thing every club must do is to first of all analyze. Now, the movement of people, like I've said by my own example, is not the fault of any club, neither is the fault of any Rotary club or any individual. It is because people have plans, they have goals, they have missions, and they must accomplish their goals, individual goals. Now, so you cannot stop anybody that had a plan to move from moving, because you also want their progress for whatever reason. You want them to be joyous and happy, whatever they want to do. But how then can we, as an organization, as a Rotary club, for example, now be part of that journey? Like when we teach, or when I teach emotional intelligence, there's what we call EBA, Many of us eat EBA. If you eat EBA, please drop it in the chat room. I want to see how many people eat EBA. Now, while you are thinking, apply the forward test. We call it EBA, and that is emotional bank account. All right, emotional bank account. Now, if you are not part of somebody's life or journey or his progress, how possible are you to then ask that person how far? Now, somebody announcing the club, for example, and I want to be practical. I have a slide. I will send it to the president. He will share with you. But I just want to be very clear, detailed, and objective here. Somebody announcing the club that he will be relocating. You know, I come from Togo. So when I tell people I'm going abroad, they feel Togo is not abroad. Is it Togo is not abroad? Togo is it's abroad. Even if I walk from Nigeria to Togo, the fact is I've gone to another country. So when people say, look, I'm relocating, let's even take it for example. Somebody is relocating from Lagos to Port Harcourt. Once we say goodbye, nobody cares again. And, you know, we have what we call we care member, right? Membership. Nobody cares. So when we now hear about that person, supposedly that person become a district governor or he becomes RI president, then we remember, oh, that guy left Akonwojo, he was a member of Akonwojo. Now, the truth is that, again, you may not be able to enforce on that person to remain a member of Akonwojo, right? But let's even take, for example, that somebody that has not joined another club is still of Akonwojo while the person has moved, but we treat that person as regular member. Now take that understanding as extend that to when somebody completely relocate from Nigeria to another country. All we are after is once he pays his due, we are fine. But what has happened is that if we have members of the club and move to other location, I believe what has happened is that opportunity has opened up more for the club. Of course, yes, there are transition period for that person. No matter how wealthy the person is, there are transition period that he will feel some people are also part of that journey for him in settling down and then begin to able to start a new life. More importantly, what happens when people move abroad, especially when it's about relocation? You know, there's this disconnect. You miss your friend, you miss your associate. That's a little bit part of boredom. Because the people you are used to, I mean, some of my friends in this club, we've grown together for 20 years. And you know, it's not going to be easy for me to say I'm finding a new friend easily. So I still connect with them. We have a platform, we gist, we kind of check on ourselves. So if a club do not make provision for such, and then when the person perhaps finally settle down, you know, we now expect some magic. Remember, I'm talking about emotional bank account. If you go to your bank account for today and you insert your ATM card to draw money, if you do not put money there, you will not get anything. And if you try it 3 times, they will lock you up. And if you continue to enforce it, then perhaps by security camera, they can call security and they can even pick you up. So imagine, you've never been part of people's journey or starting somebody's journey. You've never checked, nobody cares. And then we say, hey, we are doing investiture. You need to bring 1 million naira. You know, the person will look like, okay, I know I come to fellowship all the time. But you never even bother about, nobody even say, just to check on you. Not even the president put a call to say, hey, I'm the new president and I'm just checking on you to say, how are you doing and your family? And the president say, you know what, tomorrow is my investiture. How much are you giving me? Yes, for the spirit of humanity, for the spirit of the fact that the person is a natural giver, for the personal conviction of such individual, they might go ahead and still give. But perhaps they probably could do more than what they are doing. So what are we saying here? I said, let's look at first, somebody is transiting or moving from our club. We are supposed to have, yes, we have we have a membership care, right? But we could also have a desk or an officer who manages the diaspora members, especially once you begin to have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then it calls for an attention to say, look, we need to manage these people differently. Number one, their time zone will be different. Number two, they're already exposed to a different culture. And I will say, for example, when I go to Rotary Club here, some of the things we do, They don't do. Now, we have happy hour. Their own happy hour, they have it too. But if I'm to attend a fellowship, a Rotary Club fellowship by lunch, which is 12 o'clock, if I get there by 12:30, I've missed a lot. All right? They are more time conscious. Now, we do XA like we've just done. So some clubs will do what we call your happy moment or something like that. They do it. But it's almost completely different from the way we do our own. You know, the last meeting I went, they were doing this happy moment like SAA, and somebody said that somebody said, okay, I'm happy today and I want to give $1. And I look in my mind, how much is $1? So I was kind of, can I even measure $1? You know, but the truth is that that's what it is now. It's a different culture. So much as it might look expensive here, it's also not look pressured. It's not look expensive. Look at what we have done now, harassing PAG Benga Ojo to pay. Because it's a natural giver, it's someone that doesn't bother. That is why if you do it to another person, he will tell you, hey, take it easy. All right? So things change. So what am I saying, essence? Much as taking myself for example, and I want to quickly pay homage to my father, Otumba Onobadejo, Daddy, I'm on the ground. I can't see you.
Thank you very much. Happy to see your face, and I'm enjoying what you are saying. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. So I said we need to immediately create an officer or attach that responsibility and treat them as different kind of people. Remember, like I said, different culture, different time zones, they are already exposed to. Now, different struggle. There are things you do in Nigeria or in an environment that we take for granted. Now, if I pay dues and pay donation here, it will impact my tax. I mean, they will give me a kind of tax receipt that I can, when I'm filing my tax, it will be deducted. So I wouldn't mind to give any amount of money. So if you do not be able to work with people from that understanding, work based on their time. In my club, for example, and I'm happy to also see my president here, and let me quickly salute my Rotarian president of my club. When I move, there are quite a lot of people that also move. In my club now, I think we have about 10 people that are diaspora members. In Europe, in Canada, in US. Now, we were struggling with, okay, so this is time we meet. The time they meet is my church time. But I can't say they should change. But when we see that there are more people in diaspora, and when you look at the analysis as to the potential is that you could possibly get more funds from those diaspora members, then it behoves on the leadership to say, what will you do? You don't want to discuss them. You want to say, hey, that's your problem. So you need to now be strategic about that, managing those diaspora members. Because somebody, like I said, somebody must be responsible for that. So suppose, because again, it doesn't have to be that you adjust everything in the club. No. But there must be a provision as to how do you manage them, because that is where the real deal is. So if they are effectively managed, then you can understand and believe that what then come out of that is a lot of opportunity. How? Let's go to what opportunity comes from us having diaspora members. Now, remember I said it is not the club that told them to go abroad. They have gone abroad for different reasons, whatever reason it is. But the fact is that they still have interest in membership of their club. They are still there. So the corresponding reaction from the club then should be, oh, we should be able to give these people some kind of attention to that. Look, they are a member. They're not here. So what do we do? If you create a cluster or you have an officer that manages them, the request and the perhaps engagement will be completely different. Let me say, for example, I attend few clubs, and I saw an opportunity that, luckily for me, I met the district, a district officer who is in charge of what do we call it? I've forgotten the title now, but of course, yes, like kind of a project, inter-district, we can some project. And I was talking to that person and said, look, I think we can do something with clubs in Nigeria. I said, oh, that's fantastic that they would like to have some proposals. well, this is not reporting my president, but I do have to say this. Immediately I send my president, put up a proposal. I have somebody that I'm talking to now. And the president said he can talk to, hey, I'm forgetting the designation. He said he'll be able to talk to club officers that also hold that similar portfolio in different clubs, since he oversees them, and then be able to see what they can do with those clubs. So what am I saying in essence? There are potentials that we can attract from those people in diaspora. But it's also depend on how well we relate, we manage, and we communicate with them. And that is why in the immediate past Rotary year, in our district, I told the DG, we need to have diaspora AG. And it looked like maybe because of me. No, I said, not because of me. Do your statistics, go online. How many members, Rotarians, have moved from the district diaspora? Who's looking after them? What are you going to do about them? The beautiful thing about Rotary is that almost every club in the world now do hybrid. So Rotary has opened up on that before they say it's confined. So then what are you going to do? People can change their club, but if you feel there are potentials in those members, then you need to create a platform. So I became the assistant governor, my final year as assistant governor, as diaspora governor. So what I did was to have somebody that oversees UK, Europe, Canada, US. Now, because it's nascent and because nobody has done any before, we start asking for club to submit all their members that are traveled so that they can get some communication engagement interaction from the district. And I mean, we never can tell what could happen out of that. So same thing has to come to the club level. We must look at how we interact, engage, and communicate with those that are in diaspora. Because why? There are also more opportunities in diaspora, especially when it comes to projects. Some club here, and one of us that left Rotary Club of Ota, is the district governor-elect now. Amazing thing is that he left there, I think he left Nigeria as a president-elect or thereabout. And then he served here 1 year as a president. He never even served as an assistant governor. He just went for DG, and then he was elected. All right? But because his club keep that connection, interaction, I know how many opportunities he has delivered, even though he's not a member of that club again. But there's a continuous engagement. That was why some of us know that there was a Rotary Exchange. He facilitated that. He was a Rotarian, President DG elect, but he facilitated that because there's an engagement, continuous interaction between him and his club. So I don't know how many members of Akonjo has moved, but I know some members have moved, and some are planning to move, and some may move. But I think we should factor this into our strategic, programs, planning, how we want to leverage on the opportunity of our member. As I wrap up, and I'm going to go back to my EBA, EBA. It is applicable to every facet of our life, business, interaction. It's just like those of us that are married, and I think almost everybody here is married, maybe few people. As an husband, for instance, you are busy at work, and you are just doing what you want to do. And you go home and like, madam, what's up? Let's go to dinner. Like, what's happening? There's no room. Because you have not been doing daddy from office and how are you today? Lovely. Just like that. So, and everybody react to emotions. So I'm going to say we might need to up our game. If we are doing that already, we might need to do much better. Because people really, okay, when you attend parties and the musicians start singing and they start calling, hey, Olugbenga, Omojo, Oriyawu, he will go and pack his salary, pack his investment, and start spending for Sonia Day. It's same thing for those of our members. But members, because I'm focusing on diaspora, right? But it's same thing for all our members at home. If there's any department that must be strengthened in every club, it is membership care. There must be a budget for membership care. Even if the person holding that office have such resources to manage it. Because this time and age, we all go through different troubles, economic challenge, family challenge. If a call come, say, I just called to check on you, or the president, because I always advocate the president. The first thing when you assume office is call all your members. Right? Some of them don't even know you exist. They don't know you. They know there was an election. But call them, Ran, introduce yourself. I'm the president of Rotary Club Akonjo now. I'm only reaching out to let you know that we love you, we thank you, and we just checking on you. You can't imagine how far that can go. So the day you now call and say, hey, we need $1, the person will like, oh, this is my president that called me before. Even if he doesn't have it, he will be willing to give. And finally, you know, again, unfortunately, our money, Nigerian money, Naira, is not as strengthened as that of the dollars, as that of pounds. All right, some currency. So if you ask me to give 50,000 Naira, I may not be giving up to $50 for me to do that. It may be a bit convenient, unlike someone that spends Naira, right? So what I mean is that if I send in $50, I probably already give more than $50. But that will be because there's a relationship, there's a conversation, there is an interest that you have also helped me to build. I didn't lose touch. I mean, I was so happy to see a lot of my friends here at the convention, even those that came for exchange. You don't know what that does to me. In fact, I practically didn't go to work 2 days because I saw people from Nigeria that are my friend. I mean, my own friend. I wish I had my house. I would say, everybody come and sleep in my house. That is because there's a relationship, there's a bond. So as I drop, we can maximize those that have relocated, those that have been diaspora. They open to more opportunity. I mean, from one of my school, I told them I'm going to have a linkage between my department and another college where I lecture, so that they can have some exchange, especially in terms of knowledge transfer. That is the beauty of what can happen. So I think we can maximize that. Rotary has really opened opportunity for us, and it's a good thing that we also tap into it and we can maximize that. Finally, we can do inter-club. I mean, if I belong to a club now here, there's nothing stopping my club here and my club at home in Nigeria to also have a kind of inter-fellowship, cross-fellowship, meeting. And those are the opportunities your members in Diaspora can also bring on the table. So on this note, I hope I'll be able to convince you and not confuse you, and I will wait for questions. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Dr. Ayo Adeyemi, a personal friend. Really insightful. We've talked a lot of areas. We discussed this, and we know that the time given will not be enough. As you know, we are just trying to keep to time. If not, we would have given you 1 hour. But let's keep to time. This is just the beginning. I'm sure that the training department definitely, in the next few months down the road, they will surely call you 2 or 3 times before the end of this Rotary year. And I know it will likely continue. You've raised a lot of things. At this very moment, we'll give about 5 minutes for questions. If there are any questions, please signify by AJ Valentine Shomoye. Are you with us?
My president, I'm here, sir.
Okay. I know you have a bone or two to pick with our PhD, our doctor, our guest speaker. I know you have a bone or two to pick with him. So I'm giving you this opportunity to take all your revenge. But before you do that, please appreciate our guest speaker for us. Thank you.
Firstly, I would like to, I'm not expecting anything less than what he has given. Dr. Adeyemi is a seasoned trainer. He has been training for the past 20 years, if I can remember. I've known him for this. I'm sure the topic he brought in was a topic that's away from other Rotary topics. These are the kind of topics that makes you feel that, okay, you're in among professionals, think outside the box. What are the areas that we can actually improve our club, areas that we can actually put more attention to, where we can help our club to grow better. So once again, I want to appreciate Dr. Ayode Adeyemi for that wonderful presentation that you've done for us. I believe if you have this on the slide, I think we should be part 2 for this. Maybe my president, you can still invite him when we're having our retreat. Maybe probably you have enough time to buttress some of those points, because I took time to put 2 things down. I think from what he said, is a very good area whereby a club can actually have global grants partners from other clubs all over the world. I mentioned 2 areas which I felt that it makes me feel that, okay, Valentine, I can take advantage of this as a Rotarian, and my club too can also take advantage of this as a Rotarian. I saw him some couple of weeks back in Calgary, and I could see the excitement in his face when he saw the Rotarians, and he was willing to assist, even though he's not in Calgary. He was still trying to put more effort to support members of Akunwojo. So we are glad to have you. I'm sure you're still a son of the soil. Akunwojo is open to you anytime, any day. I'm sure you know that. We are glad that you have time out of your tight schedule, pull out time to be with us this evening. Once again, on behalf of my United President and the entire board of our club, I know we have other presidents and other Rotarians that have joined us. I'm sure all of them will be so glad to see in their heart that they actually enjoyed your time with us this evening. My president, can we do some some reaction on the WhatsApp to clap for him and for what he has done for us. So my PhD, Ayade, thank you very much. We appreciate you.
Thank you, my brother. Good to hear from you.